Hi everyone, it's Ashley here with Scraps, Buttons, and Bows, and we are continuing our work on the BHA album, which is the big honking album. That's kind of what it got dubbed. We're going to do a little review and then get started on the third and final folder, and then I'll show you how to we'll make one of the folders that go in between each of these, and I'll show you this because I'm going to get down the book what we've done so far. So when I initially created this album, I had hoped for to put 6 of these in, and they're really chunky and thick, and we use a lot of cardstock and a lot of paper, but I really like it. It feels really durable to me, and that's just kind of how I craft. So I like to mat things excessively, and that's just me. I use a lot of tape as well. So but this is the original album that we're mimicking here. And you can see that there are these hinges here. This was because there were supposed to be 6. But I got the original 3 in, and I thought, I don't want to overstress it. Plus, there's already a ton of room in here with just these 3 folders. So on these folders, or on these hinges, we're going to create folders that will act as a pocket for mats, and then you could put a couple pictures on the front. Nothing big. They're going to be closed up folders. So it'll be just like this, but it'll be like a pocket. The sides will be closed, and so it will just be a pocket. So there will be 3 of those going in, because we have our first page, then we have a hinge, so one will go there. Our second page, a hinge, so one will go there. And then we have our third, and a hinge, one will go there. It reduces the bulkiness and weight of this. These are very semi-heavy, but they're very thick and they feel awesome, and so I absolutely love it. So that's what we're going to do today. We will finish the third one. Well, first we're going to review, finish the third one, and then we're going to create one of these, which you would just mimic for the other 2. Sounds simple enough. Hi, Anna. Yay! I was just talking about you. So glad you made it. I said she's been working a lot of overtime, so I'm not sure if she's able to make it. Okay, so this one is our first one that we did. It's got tons of pockets. There's a faux belly band, some decoration. I'm not going to go through the entire thing. You guys can go back and watch videos. There are 2 big mat tags here. Tag, mat, kind of a waterfall. Tons of journaling on the underside of these. And then there's a pocket here where you can put a picture behind, and then some tags. And then on the back side, it just step down file folder. They're all even and nice. And then there's mats, and you can put a couple in each of these if you like. So that is 1. This is 2. We're going to do a little bit of embellishing on the front of this one. These ones are where the magnets start. So these open up. Nice journal spot picture. Same with the top. Nice journal spot picture. Tags, and you can put pretty good sized photos on those as well. Inside it's like a mirror image of itself. So these both fold open. Tons of space to put photos, and these are magnetized so they stay closed. And then these are actually just pockets with big mats in them. Okay? So that's pretty much this page. And then the back side is fairly simple. We've got a gigantic mat, a nice pocket. We put chipboard embellishment on. There's some tags here and a mat there. And then this is where we left off. So I'm going to move these 2 out of the way and the album out of the way. So this is where we left off last week. We created these, and they slide out. They are magnetized, so that's how they hold onto this faux belly band. So the belly band slides off. This is the belly band purpose, but it doesn't slide off. It is attached. So that's why I keep saying faux. And you have another one down here, and then here on the side there is another pocket for another large mat. And that's where we left off. Any questions before we begin the inside? Grab my ruler. We're going to create another inside pocket over here. So this is our left side. Here's our front. We flip it open. We're working here on this left side. Hi, Susan. Hi, Sandy. Hi, everyone that came in. Barry, everyone, hello, hello. Okay. Now, we're going to find some paper that we want to put on as our initial background. I like doing that, and that's, you know, that's kind of me. I like having the background paper. So, we will go ahead and use our A4 pad and find a piece of paper we would like to use. I did suggest that you get the 12 by 12, and we have actually used it. The 12 by 12 is crucial for the inside, or I'm sorry, 12 by 12 is crucial for the building and papering of the outside of the actual album and on the inside. And then you'll find it in certain spots that you'll want to use the 12 by 12 throughout this album. The A4 comes in handy because we're not using a lot of double-sided papers, so when you buy the A4 you get more of the same image. I think it's like 3 or 4 of each. 4 of each, I believe. So let's go ahead and let's find a background image we want to use. Let's see if this is going to work on this paper. On this side, this might be. No, that's going to work just fine. We aren't going to end up cutting anything off of our width. We will cut off of the length. Oh, come on. The ruler's being a little tricky today. So we'll need 11.5 tall. Okay, and you'll want to ink the edges, but first we need to, if you're inking your edges, but first we'll need to there we go, because this fits perfectly on there. This bottom left hand corner, because there is an indent on your folder, a cornered punch there, you'll need to do the same with your envelope punch board. So let's go ahead and get that, and look at your paper, make sure you're doing it directionally. And it'll do the bottom left hand corner. So I'm going to go ahead and hold on to that so I don't lose it. And just punch it. And we'll be going back and adding some embellishments. I just find it's a lot easier to just build this and then add the embellishments. It doesn't add to the bulk as you're trying to lay things flat. So we're going to go back and add embellishments next week. When we paper, all we have to do is paper the inside, get our hinges done, add our embellishments, and attach them. So next week shouldn't be a strenuous class. This one will. We have to get this done. And we also have to, I'll show you how to make at least one of the file folders again. And I think I'll just do the middle design, which would be the third style. You could do it any way you want. If you don't want to have tabs on it, you do not have to have tabs on it. That's completely up to you, which we might see what that looks like. Just because these file folders with the tabs, they go in order. And so I think that we'll make the uh, file folders that go in between the pages. Maybe not as wide and probably without tabs. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and adhere this down. And I'm going to use my score tape as usual. Hi, Gwen. You guys missed it. Gwen had an awesome show on Tuesday. And so Gwen rotates her shows. She on so like last Tuesday she was on Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo Crafts channel, and so this next coming Tuesday she'll be on her own channel. So super fun time to be had on her channel. Let me tell you what. She's a great teacher. She made the cutest project. I still want to make one of those. Oh, they go so quick. Those would be really good gifts. Last minute, like birthday gifts, or even just regular minute gifts. You could really jazz one of those up and make it do all kinds of things. So I kind of want to take one of those boxes, and then Gwen has the lid on them, and I want to kind of construct a scene on a spring that's like pressured, so you push it down in the box, so when you pull off the lid, like this whole big scene pops up at you and it could say like happy birthday. So I think that that's what I'm going to do, because I think that that would be super cute and tons of fun. See, Gwen's inspirational. I saw that box and for some reason I thought of a Jack in the Box. Is that what they're called? Jack in the Box? Or I know it's a restaurant, but like, or fast food place, but you know those ones that wind and you get to the end of the song and it pops out and scares the bejesus out of you? Those ones? That's what I'm talking about. I know I have been in a deep underground craft mode the last week. So, oh, and if you guys haven't already checked it out, go over to Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo's blog. We're having a blog hop, and today Kim is up, and she did such a cute job with her bike. Totally adorable. Totally have to see it. And there's a contest. So like today there was only one bike being shown, and at the end of the blog it tells you the link to go to next, and then it'll be up tomorrow. So tomorrow there'll be 2 design team members, Tuesday 2 design team members, Wednesday 2, and each of us have the link to the next on our personal blogs. But it started out at Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo's blog, so all you have to do is go over there and check out the post, leave a comment on the post, and then there'll also be a letter on the end of the post, and squirrel that little letter away, and at the end of the week you're going to be building a word or a double word. And Ella, I did make these file folders. Yep, we made them. It's on the video. I showed you how. Gave measurements and all. So come the end of the week, you will have visited all of our blogs, and you must leave a comment on all the blogs, and they're all of our personal blogs, and you will gather all of the letters, and once you put together what you believe the word is, you're going to email it to Carol and Barry, and all of these instructions are on their blog. Who hopped already? Oh, Midnight Scrapter hopped. Yay, go Midnight. Oh, no problem, Ella. No problem. All the videos are there, and they're on my YouTube as well. So after the... Oh my gosh, I think my kid is cooking sausage. I can totally smell it. Yeah, the hop is tons of fun. We've got fantastic designers, and their bikes are just... I've actually only seen one of them, and I'm not going to tell you whose, but I can tell you it's adorable. Absolutely love it. So each blog that you visit will give you the next blogger in the chain, and you just hop. It takes it goes all week, so it's tons of fun. So we hope that you guys can join us. Yay, Ella hopped too. You guys are great. These ladies are great crafters, and it's nice to have everyone's support and the fun and all the things that Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo does for us, with all of the challenges and giveaways and doing the Ustreams and stuff. It's just totally awesome. So thank you, thank you. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is you're going to create a pocket, and you can do this a couple of different ways. You can do another big pocket if you like, or you can create 2 individual pockets, which I believe is what we're going to do, is create 2 individual pockets, and then on top they will have mats. So, let's see. Originally, I'll show you the original. So this is what we're doing right here, is this page right here. So this is the original one, and you can see that it's just a pocket, a big old pocket with 2 little ones on top. So that's an option, but I don't think that it's... Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it like this. We'll go ahead and do it like this, just because we have the big pocket option, and that's what we need, because this is 4 big photos. So we're going to go ahead and keep it the same. Gosh, why do I keep changing things? Alright. So you can decide how big you want your pocket. My pocket is it is 8 wide by 10 1/4 tall. So it's completely up to you how you'd like to do it, and I'm going to go ahead and use black cardstock. I won't do the cream matte over the top, which I don't think there's any reason to do that. And then, you know, it would be really cute. On this one I did border punch, so we're probably going to go ahead and border punch. Might as well stick with the running theme here. So it's 8 wide and 10 1/4 tall. Actually, let's go ahead and keep it at 11 tall, and we'll score and create the actual pocket itself. I really like doing that, so let's just do that. So do the 8 wide. Keep your, this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. So keep your 11 height. Grab your scoreboard, and we're going to score and create an actual pocket instead of just gluing the edges down. I like when you have the ability to really kind of cram stuff in there. So we're going to score, we're going to lay the 11-inch width at the top of your scoreboard, score at the half mark here on this side, and then score a 1/2 inch in, so that would be 10 1/2. And I'm addicted to this. This is the envelope punch board score thingy. I'm addicted to it. So I don't have the other one. I have I don't have the Teflon one. Yeah. No? I can smell it. I just told them. I said I think my stepson's making sausage.
I made like wood smokies, and I cut them up in little pieces, and I scrambled it in the eggs.
Oh, yummy! Wait, you made wood smokies? It smells like.
Yeah, I know, because of how I like it.
It smells like sausage, like breakfast sausage.
Yeah.
Smells good.
It tastes like breakfast.
Okay, so go ahead and put your, sorry guys, and then score at 1/2.
You guys have to be tables in a little bit.
Okay, well you need to check in. If you can't get a hold of me,
I'll just use her phone.
yeah, but I mean, don't call the house phone until after my usual end time, 2.5 hours or so from 1. Okay, he's gonna go to his friend's house. I have the house to myself. One of Mark's friends took him out fishing, and So yay. So let's go ahead and put tape. So we have those 3 scored edges. Let's go ahead and put some tape along the edges. Yeah, well, I guess now I've seen 2. Kim's is totally adorable. And you know what? I would have never, if I had seen that bike, well, I did. I saw how the bikes came initially. But I would have never, that would have never been my first guess to think of what she thought of, which was so totally cool. You guys have to go over and check it out on the blog. My mind doesn't work. It didn't work that way. So when I saw hers, I was like, oh my God, that totally works. That is awesome. So yay, Kim. So cute. So, so cute. Okay, so we have our 3 score taped edges, and we're going to miter our corners. I love using this tool in particular, and that's what I'm going to use. You just need to do the, if you're looking at it how it would go on the folder, you do the top and right, right hand top and bottom corners is the ones you would miter right now. You can miter the other 2 corners as well if you like. I'm going to anyway, so might as well go ahead and do it all at once. I'm just going to miter to the score line. It gives it a nice kind of flow as you put your stuff in your pocket. It doesn't get caught up on that top lip. It won't, you know, because when you fold this over, you would have the top lip there and it would get caught. When you miter it, it has a good slide effect. It's got slide effect. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and you can border punch your edge if you like. I think that we should. I just used a really simple one, but I think I want to do a little more of a I was going to do an intricate one, but I forget that we'll be sliding stuff into these pages. Maybe we'll just corner punch the corners. That's what we'll do. We'll just corner punch them. Like so. And you'll have to cut that part off once you. So line your score line up. You can see here. You'll see my score line lined up with this edge of the blue edge. That's where I'm punching. Oops. I don't know if you can see the score line. You can see. Okay. And this, I'm just doing this to, it'll flow nicely with the other pockets. All the corners are rounded and they've got the little swoops. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit more off of here. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and fold these over. Just folding our score line and burnish. And folds. Let me get that out of the way. Oh, thank you.
It looks a little weird, but it's so good.
I will eat it. The kids started off with it. Looks a little weird, but it's so good. He's actually not too bad of a cook. I've eaten his food. Except for when he's trying to get back at you and puts hot sauce in the chili. Like, major hot sauce. And especially since I don't like hot things. Spicy, I should say. Okay, so here's our pocket. Okay. Good. Okay, I'll get more. So it's going to go on there like that. And so we'll create the mats that go on top of that. So before we put that down, let's go ahead and paper the top of this. And it's completely up to you. I'm going to do pockets on top of this. So I'm going to build my pockets out of black cardstock, and then I'm going to use my scraps to cover them. So our pockets are going to be done the same way that this was done. Or you don't have to do that. You could just cut the square, add some glue, and bingo bango. Maybe that's what we should do. Just trying to make it easier on you guys. So they're going to be 6 1/4 wide by 4 1/4 tall. Where is my... Let's do some of the cream cardstock, and we'll mat on top of that. Got this little spare piece here. So they're going to be 6 1/4. Is that what I said? Let me double check. Pattern would be so helpful. 6 1/4 wide, 4 1/4 tall. And I need 2 of them. So out of this scrap, I think I'll be able to get both. Let's see, maybe not both. Oh yeah. We got both. Holy schmoly. That's awesome. That never happens. Ever. Okay, so these will go on here. We're going to mat them and then just glue in a U shape. Top, right hand side, and bottom. And the same for the top, and then we'll put a decorative piece of paper on it, one that coordinates with our bottom piece. Let's grab our scraps, see if we can't find a suitable one. Which I have a ton of scraps. You guys can be like, oh my god, that's a lot of scraps. But these are also the scraps from the other 2 projects that I have made with this collection. So here's our I'll do this red. I like that. And it's a big enough piece. So they will now be, for the mats on top of these, will be 6 1/8 wide by 4 1/8 tall. Uh-oh. Well, I know I have another piece in there, so I'll grab that. Or we don't have to be matching. Actually, we can find another coordinating piece to use up some of my scraps. That would be pretty. I like that one. Let's do that one too. Right, here's a smaller piece. This would probably be better to use. So 6 1/8 wide by 4 1/8 tall. They don't have to be matchy-matchy. This will be very hard for me, but that's okay. I'm a very matchy-matchy person, but they go well together, so this whole collection goes well together. Okay, I'm going to ink the edges of these and then adhere them down onto the mats, and then we'll adhere the mats down and make tags for it. Pretty simple. I think I'm going to put the floral one on top and the red one on bottom. I love it. And I'm inking with black soot. Now be careful when you ink with this and you go to put it on your cream, you don't want to smear any of it. So you could heat set it if you want to. I just wouldn't be sliding it across the paper. I'm really matchy-matchy. I am, that's my theme, matchy-matchy. But I've been stepping out of my comfort zone in a lot of areas. All kinds of areas. So, getting some stuff done. And it's awesome. So, let's go ahead and we'll put it on our mat. Try to line it up. And put it down with some BHA tape. I actually made sure it was full before the beginning of class. I was totally prepped this morning. I woke up ready and raring to go. Actually, I woke up really bad today, but that's okay. I've taken a shower, I ate a PB&J sandwich, and I feel much better now. So, here's something exciting coming up. Yay! So, I'm working on my first ever pattern. Whoa, let me tell you what. Mine is going to be very picture intensive. I'm just saying. I think I clicked picture after picture. But you know, that's good. So, at least that's what I hear. Never actually bought or used a pattern, so not quite sure how things are going to go. But I am doing a pattern. But my rule for these patterns is that they will be available at a price because they've been requested and it takes up a ton of time to make them. However, I will always, and I'm saying this now, I will always be giving out measurements in class. The pattern is for those people that don't do so hot with the videos and they want or they just want a physical record of the step-by-step. Because some people keep these and they keep them forever and you make them and it's nice to go back and you don't have to look for videos. So that is what that is about. But I will always be giving out measurements. So there's that one and that one. And again, we're going to adhere them down. You can use your score tape, your glue. We'll go ahead and glue it. We'll try this. I haven't been using my glue very much. And I really should be using glue, but it's alright. So hold the side that you're not putting glue on. That's always the best. And just run your glue. You can use score tape. Right along the edges. My hope is to have that pattern out this week and you guys will know why. So you'll have to stay tuned to Facebook and blogs. And I believe that the project is going to be a project that everybody will want to make. It's going to be fun, quick, easy project. Probably just 2 classes. Yeah, midnight. I'm working on all of this stuff. I'm trying to be more proficient as a broadcaster and giving you guys the heads up on stuff. So I'm working on my own personal calendar that's going to go on my blog for when my classes are and what we're doing. And then I'm working on a supply list tab for projects as well. But our next project will be on my channel, will be a mini album. That was what was voted on. Everybody's kind of tired of building. I get it. So, and I love mini albums. Mini albums are where I started. They're my jam. Okay. Wipe off any excess glue. Alright, so those are now down. And again, you'll be able to embellish with any of the chipboard pieces from the collection. I just love this because it's got such clean lines. We're going to have 2 tags, one here and one here. I try. My phone is like this. I swear I'm going to get like radiation troubles in my hands because this is what it's like constantly. I mean, I'm not always just sitting there when people are talking to me. I'm not sitting there like totally candy crushing or anything like that. It's just in my hand. You know, I finish my conversations. I do what is appropriate and not rude, and then I get to things. But the unfortunate part is my husband and I spend all day together, so we know exactly what's going on in each other's lives. So, we have stuff to talk about. We talk. But we don't talk like people that, you know, go to work for 8 hours and they come home and they're like, "Hi, honey, how are you? This is what I did today." You know, it's not like that in this household at all. So, okay. The tags for this will be, let's do 3 3/8 tall. Let's do the width first. Tags for this are going to be 6 5/8 tall. Oh, let's do 6.5 tall. Scratch that. 6.5 tall by 3 3/8 wide will be the black. And then I'll mat them with cream. Here's my cutter. Let's go ahead and get our height. We need 2 of them. So our height is going to be 3 3/8 tall. And these will be good for journaling spots right underneath your photos. And then 6.5 wide is what we decided on. So before I go any further, I just like to check. And once we get the other white one on there, it'll be nice and firm, not as floppy. And then we'll have the tab, which also helps guide it. So, okay, so 6.5. But on all of my mini albums, I tend to use a ton of paper. I think it makes them stronger. I think it makes them feel more luxurious. So you don't have to do as much matting as I do. That's completely up to you. So the cream mat that goes on top of the black tag is going to be 3 1/4 tall by 6 3/8 long. I like to have the nice black edge, which is what you will get with this. And because this is the top of our tag over here, I'm going to go ahead and use my We Are Memory Keepers angle punch, which I believe is the pink one. Let me grab it. Millie, if you're going to be in here, sweetheart, you got to pipe down. I know you're just garden mom, but... So I've had a nice reprieve this weekend. My husband, a lot of you guys know, he's disabled, but he, one of his friends called him and said, "You know what? Why don't you come and hang out with me?" And he was all for it. I mean, he's stuck in this house all day long. All day long. When we go and do stuff, but you know. So, anyways, he was all for it. So he wasn't home last night. So 6 3/8 long. I'm just using a scrap here by 3 1/4 tall. So they are fishing, which he hasn't done in a long time. So, well, I took him once this year. Or did we go twice? I think we went twice. I took him twice. So, and I got sunburned. Oh, man. Cheese and rice. That was a good one. So I'm going to use my angle punch on the left. So the tags would be like this in your pocket. So it would be left, top, and bottom corners. Same with the mat that goes over the top. Just punch one of the sides, top and bottom corners. And do it for both tags. And then we're going to punch 2 tabs. And then we'll create a mat, and then this page, this side of the page will be done. We'll get to the next one. All the embellishing we'll do next week. I need stuff to lay flat as we go. Okay. Let's grab our scraps again. My scrap folder. And let's find a... Oh, I'm really into the stripes for the tabs, so I think that's the way we'll go. I know I have a smaller piece that'll work. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and use the stripes. Let's go ahead and line this baby up. We'll get that one punched. Just going to tear it. Make sure they're straight. There we go. There. Renee, you're getting a new roommate? What are we talking about? It wouldn't surprise me if one of these sold for $111. I was in a battle on eBay for this. And luckily, the one person I was battling, yeah. No, Margaret Ann's right. When I was looking for this, because I really wanted that punch, and it was, I could only find it on eBay. And the prices were crazy. But I scrolled and I scrolled. There was like pages and pages of punches and stuff, and a couple pages of these kinds of punches. And I went to the very end. Usually at the end, nobody goes that far. They just jump in on a bid somewhere else. And so I went to the very end, and lo and behold, there was one of these punches that had a couple days left or whatever it was, and one person had bid on it. And so her and I got into this, and it was like $30, I think is what I got it for, 30 something with shipping, I think. But I won. So, I mean, that was stressful. It was extreme. It's crazy. I don't know why someone just doesn't make the same punch. I don't know why they don't bring it back. It's obviously a staple. I mean, I don't see Tim Holtz taking away his ruler. You know what I mean? I think that's crazy. They would make way more money if they brought it back. Because there were people that are new to the game, like myself, that punch came out way before I was even scrapbooking. And so it wasn't available for me when it first came out, or when I first started, because it had been too long. So, or at least until I discovered that I wanted it. There's one of the tags. Let's do the other one. Oh, go get them, Barry. They need to make it. I'll buy another one. Shoot, I'm thinking about buying 5. I'll buy one, that's for sure. Somebody needs to make it. That thing is like the most famous punch ever. At least that I know of. I'm sure there are other ones that are just, you know, the cat's meow, but I'm going to have to find the tutorial that I had seen on YouTube. God, I wish I had saved it. Now, there was a lady that took that tab punch and she made flowers with it, and oh my goodness. Okay. They were just gorgeous flowers. And from the stinking tab punch. If I remember correctly, that was the video that I saw that made me want that punch. And then it was game on. I mean, I've seen the punch before, but that was the one time where I really wanted that punch. Okay. Got our tags. Ink your tabs. Oh. Get those little black things. I need to ink off screen, people. Okay. I don't want them on my cream cardstock. Drives me batty. Okay, I'm just lining it up. I also don't like crooked tabs. Oh, for Pete's sake. Of course. So I'm super excited. My sister and her husband, after being away for 20 years from our hometown, have moved back with their family. So some of you guys have heard me say this, but my sisters and I there's 3 of us total, so I have 2 sisters. We're like the trifecta of anything awesome. Like, I can craft and make anything pretty much out of paper if I try hard enough. And my sister, Monica, who's my younger sister, she is like the baker. She can bake cakes like nobody's business. And they're all self-taught. And then my sister Shell should seriously own her own food company or like restaurant or something. So now that all the sisters are back in the general vicinity, I still live an hour and a half away, but hey, what's an hour and a half? And then these just slide right in there. Like so. Okay. I think it looks super pretty. I love it. I love the colors and clean lines. That's me. Clean lines is me. And so I'm super excited. I'm just going to put a little bit of tape here to hold this down. I use the glue on these because you're pulling and pushing on these tabs. And you want to make sure they don't like slide off. So that's the reason I use the wet glue. Otherwise I'd probably be using tape because I have an addiction. And I do not need any rehab for tape. Or paper, that's for sure. I'm in love with both. Lindy's sprays. Oh, those are like the best things ever. I don't think I'm going to get under here. Just a little. There's my glue board. It's a big thick piece of chipboard. I keep it right by me because this is what I bang on to get glue out with. And then once it gets like all shiny and like chunked and like textured, and I just peel off the entire layer and start over. It's actually kind of neat when it comes off. I should have saved it for something. I don't know what, but should have. Okay. And then those just slide right in there like so. We'll go right here on our page. And I'm going to come pretty close, like a quarter of an inch from the actual edge of the decorative paper here. You can kind of see that. Ooh, fuzzy. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, Memos. Okay. And then we'll also have the tab mat that goes in the pocket. So let's go ahead and pull our score tape off the back. Huh? Oh, yeah. You're in love with, yeah, I am, Heather, you're correct. I am in love with nearly everything. I just keep chatting along, not watching chat itself. Hey, man, you find something and you get excited about it. I mean, I have my favorites, score tape, Scotch Quick Dry, the Wear My Murky Per Punchers. I love those. The Distress Stains, the Lindy's, my freaking perfect trim tool, my Teflon tools. What else are my favorites? I love my Timmy scissors. I love my Timmy ruler. I am absolutely in love with my envelope punch board now that I know how to use it. Lots of things, actually. So we're just going to create a mat to go on the inside of this, and it's going to be 9.5 tall by 7 3/4 wide. So 7 3/4 wide by 9.5 tall. And we use a lot of cardstock in this one and paper, but that's just how it goes. So your black one, let's see, 9.5 tall, like I said. 9.5, 7 3/4, dun, dun, dun. Make sure that that fits. So I don't know if that's right. Ah! There we go. That's why I like creating the hinges, because these slide in so well, because you're able to lift it. And that's right. So let's go ahead and grab our envelope punch board, and we're going to make this a file looking thing too. Let's go ahead and punch. Okay, wait a minute. So as this is how it would be. Here's your pocket, here's your opening. You need to decide if you want your tab on the top, the bottom, or the middle. And I'm just going to go ahead and let's just do the middle. Why not? So let's slide it over to, let's see, I've got a 9.5 width here. Let's do 3. Flip it and slide it to 3. and that'll give you a 3.5 inch tab. So we're going to cut from this little punch here that way off, this punch here and that way off. Okay? These two sections. All right, Martha, where'd you go? Oh, here you are. So just cut to there, and then there's that first section, and then down here in the little divot, where's the second one? So that's what you have. You have your tab right there. So we're gonna make it a little nicer looking. So let's corner punch the, as you're looking at it, this is how it would be. So left, top, and bottom with our punch board. Punch. And punch. And then we're going to create the white mat. So our white mat is going to measure, we're doing this one, it is going to measure 7 1/4 wide. Should be 9 3/8 tall. By 9 3/8 tall. Oh, there it is. Okay, and again, when you line this up to put this on, your top left and your top left and top bottom corners are going to stick over, so you're going to need to punch those as well. So just grab one of them and punch and punch. Okay. And voila, you have got a nice mat with a nice black edge. There we go. Is Lynn Stevens here? Hi, Mermaid. Huh? I was just looking for Lynn Stevens. Oh, Midnight Scrapper. That's right. Is oh, for Pete's sake. Is Gina Marie here? It's so hard to match people up for me. Facebook with Ustream, that's a challenge. Yeah, I got it. I wasn't paying attention. And I knew that. It just didn't click. It's a non-clicky day. Plus, I'm horrible with names. Just horrible. So, forgive if I offend. Oh, I was going to do a shout out. Oh, I'm sad she's not. Oh, I should do it anyways because she's going to watch the recording. I hope I pronounce it right. It's Gina Marie, right? Oi. I just had that name in my head. I tell you what. Okay. That's going to go down. Okay. Let's put this in the pocket. There we go. So you've got your big mat in the pocket, and then you've got two nice mats right here, good size, and then your tags. Okay, so let's do this one. Okay, so this next one that we're creating, I'll show you what it looks like. The paper line for this is the Prima Time Traveler Memories. Oh, okay. So for the template one, this is the template, if that's what you're talking about. This is a Cosmo Cricut. It's not available as far as I know. It's very old. It's like 2011. I just happen to have like 4 pads of it because I love the paper. I'm a stalker of this pad. So, anyways, but the one we're using right now currently is Prima, the Time Traveler Memories. So for this side, we are going to, I leave this black strip right here. I like that. You're more than welcome to put a border piece on this or a piece to cover this that coordinates however you like. We will be using a magnet on this one. So just so you guys know. Okay. So we're going to create this flap that folds up. It's huge. Huge flap. Okay. So let's go ahead and trying to decide if I put that magnet. Underneath, which I think I did. It doesn't have a strong pull to it. That's because there's literally like 6 layers through it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure I put it underneath that. So let's find our paper that we're going to use to mat this entire page. And then we're going to grab our 12 by 12 cardstock because you will need that for this one. And we're going to create the flip with the hinge and then adhere it. Okay. So let's put our 12 by 12. Let me look at the chat. I still have to work on that. Hi, Lana. Hello to everyone that's come in. Matt Wife and Debbie. I didn't see you guys come in. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so you're going to need to cut your 12 by 12 paper. Leave your 12 height. So we're just going to work with the width. And our width will be 7 and 7/8. Cheese and rice. Yanni Yanni. Jan Johnson here. 7 7/8. Okay. just wanted to make sure that I do that portion correctly. It's important. So grab your scoreboard. You're going to lay your 12-inch length at the top, and you're going to go ahead and score 3/8 of an inch. Okay. I don't know why I had such a small hinge. I think it's because I needed the length of the paper. But alright. I'm just doing some double checking, people. And that's correct. Alright. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way for a second. Right now I'm creating the flap real fast. We've got a magnet in this that we need to put on here. Okay, so burnish that. So now you've got your 3/8 inch flap. I'm going to go ahead and put, so it's going to go like this. So you'll need tape on this back side and on this side. Because when we put it on our folder, we're going to butt it, we're going to have the base paper that goes over our black folder, and it's going to go right over the top of it. Okay? I'll show you, never fear. So 1/2 inch on both sides of that flap. Or you could do, you know, I'm sorry, not half, 1/4 inch and 1/8. Or you can use glue. Or you could use 3/8 of an inch. It's totally possible. Which is what I should be using. I wonder if I have another roll of that first. I hear through Miss Mary that in the Facebook chat that somebody, Scorpal, is out of tape. Let's see. Shut the front door. We're in business, people. I have done another roll. Call it 8 rolls of 1/4 inch, though. Maybe I should swirl this one away, too. 3/8. Oh my goodness. Hot diggity. Okay. So I can use this. Oh. Look at that. Holy Pete. Actually, just use 1/4. Okay. So, oh, FYI, people, we're at the end of the month. So Tuesday, we will be having our Christmas card class because next Tuesday is the 1st. So on this Tuesday, at our usual Tuesday time, which is the 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or Daylight, whatever we're on, and we will be having our Christmas card class. Tuesdays in the summer for the Christmas card class are the only Tuesdays we will be doing until the fall. We'll always be doing Sundays, but only the last Tuesday of every month for June, July, and August. Okay, so that's on there. We also need to 1/4 punch the bottom left and right corners of this. So we're going to use our, so put it so you're holding the hinge in your hand is how I want. And this done. So the bottom is now at the top here. Flip. Okay. Because if you had tried to do it this way, and then done it this way, it would look different. I want this look for mine. Or you can do it however you want to do it. Just saying. Okay, so go ahead and set that aside. Let's find the paper we're going to use for our matte paper of the folder. And keeping in mind that this is the color of the previous page, I might actually matte this one on this page. I think that that is going to look cool. Here I go with my matchy again, but I love it. Okay. And again, I'm going to be able to leave this black strip down the middle. I also like that feature. Yes, thank you, ladies, design team members that are in the chat for helping. We've got a blog hop going on right now for Scrap-A-Dab-A-Doo Crafts, and so their blog was just posted, and let me tell you, there's some stinking cute projects. Although I've only seen 2 of them, I know that with this group they're all going to be stellar. So there will be, so today was the kickoff on the blog, and they started off with Kim, and let me get these measurements real fast before I lose my mind. So we're going to do 8.5 wide, because I'm going from the seam. Now this is a hinge seam. You can see here, that's a hinge, but I'm going to leave that black. I want to leave that black. That's where we put the hinge on. You can cover it up if you like. That's completely up to you. I'm going to leave it black. I think it gives it good definition. So, what did I say? 8.5 wide. Is this one of those times where we have to use 12 by 12? It is. Okay, so we need to use 12 by 12 paper. See, Midnight Scrapper, this is one of those times. So we might not be doing matchy-matchy. Oh, yes, we will be. Hot dang. Today's a good day. Okay. 8.5 wide by 11.5 tall. Excuse me. So, just go over to blog. There's instructions. So Kim kicked it off, made a marvelous bike. Go check it out. And at the end of her blog is the link to the next blogger, who would be, oh man, I forgot the list already. It's on the blog. You can see it there. And the next blogger will post tomorrow. And then there will be another link from that blogger to another blogger that will also post tomorrow. So for the rest of the week, there's 2 posts per day. Follow the chain. So there's, it's great fun. You get a letter. You're trying to create a word for the week, and then you're going to email what you think that word is to Carol and Barry. And there are, so, all right. So that needs to go on there just like that. So this is the only corner that we need to punch. It's the top right-hand corner. I'm going to keep my fingers on it. Put it in my thing. Yes, I think that's correct, Patty. List is long. It's tons of fun, so you guys hop on over there. Love it. Hop on over there and join in, because it's going to be fabulous. So ink the edges of these papers. Okay, and I'm going to put score tape on here. I'm not going to adhere it down, and I'll tell you why. Because, where is it? Oh, this is actually going to get adhered to the flap as well. Okay. And it's going to follow the right side down. So in essence, what ends up happening when this is closed is it butts right up against that hinge that's right there and makes it look like one smooth transition. Yeah, and you have to go to all of the blogs to get the letter, and you also have to leave a comment on the blogs. It's very important to know that. It's part of the rules. So, tons and tons of lots of fun. So, there's lots of fun to be had. Okay, so I'm going to take my paper and adhere this hinge to the top. So this is the back side of the paper I'm using. Here's my hinge. I'm going to adhere it down, and then I'm going to adhere this full, I'm going to put tape on the back of this, and we'll adhere it to the file folder. I still want to make sure it's lined up though. There we go. And then burnish that. Make sure you've got a really good seal with that. So essentially here's the beginnings of our flip. Okay, and we're also going to mat this portion right here with, you can use another pattern paper, you can use a cream cardstock, you can leave it black and put some cream, you know, mats, just throw some cream mats on there, have some tags, and we'll have them sticking out the side if you like. We can certainly do that. That's an option, or you can keep it as one big gigantic mat. It ends up being almost a perfect 8 by 10. It's not quite 8 wide, but I know the height works. So you could put a vertical 8 by 10 on this. Lana, there's not a tutorial for this album. I personally am working. I'm working really hard to start offering you guys tutorials because I know that that's what you guys want, and I want to make sure that I can offer that. So my first ever tutorial will be coming out hopefully this next week. That's supposed to be a surprise. So surprise! But there'll be a blog post and a video on YouTube and stuff like that with all of this information. So, and Facebook. So follow me on Facebook and you'll definitely know, because I post everything on Facebook. Okay. So we need to do our magnet situation to keep this puppy closed. So let's go ahead and grab our magnets. We don't want a flip-floppity flap. Oh God, I'm just cracking myself up today. Tell you what. Okay. Alright, I'm just using my magnets. They're very, very thin magnets. These are the basic gray. I am working hard. It might be hard for me to go back and do tutorials for other projects that I've already done, but I'm going to do my best from here going forward to have tutorials. So that's another one of the reasons why Tuesdays went away as well. It gives me just that much more time to concentrate on those fabulous things for you guys. So here's our flap. This is how we would open it. Somewhere down here at the bottom, and you need to make sure that you keep it a good 1/2 inch, 3/4 away from the edge. And try to center it. We're going to place Actually, let's do it on the back side of the paper. So here's our red paper. Okay. And this is the side that we're going to glue down. So let's go ahead and place one of the magnets, however you usually end up placing them. Just use tape with mine because they all get taped down anyways. Where's my 3/8? Oh, here it is. Or my 1/2 inch. That's what I want. Margaret Ann, I so need to make one of your tape organizers. I've been dreaming about it. Her tape organizer. I've been just dreaming. I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna do it probably tomorrow. I mean, I have a system, but now that I have the fabulous ink tower that Susan made me, because she rocks and she's just the sweetest thing ever, I'm going to make the tape thing, and then was it Patty that did the no, was it Patty? Oh, see, I'm horrible with names, people. Horrible, I tell you. God, I just totally get an F in that department. But okay, so there's one of our magnets. So let's go ahead and put tape on the back of this. Oh, I have 1/2 inch right here. Who's that Patty? I'm having a hard time remembering who it was. And I really love that organizer. So stinking cute. I have an organizer on my desk. I don't know where I put it. And I'm not sure if that was the organizer that Xandra was talking about. But she sent me a hint to make for her. I don't even know if she's here. Okay. Her tape down. So this one's actually quite easy to make. It goes relatively fast. If I just stopped talking, it would go faster. But hey, I can talk all I want. I'm feeling kind of sassy today. Alright, let's just do one and one here, and then we'll burnish our tape down. Get a nice good stick. And I've got some tape overhangage over here on this side, so I need to take care of that. Okay, so this will get stuck down. In just 1 second. What we're going to do before we stick this down is we're going to take our other magnet, let it get stuck to wherever it is on this paper, put some tape on top of it, fold our black down on top of it so it picks it up, and then fold it back open. So at least we know exactly where it needs to line up at. Hey, Sophie! Ah, my gosh, totally wrinkled my tape. It's okay. I'm going to stick it right down on top of this one. We're going to fold that down. and pick it up. So see, now we have our magnet on this side and it lines up exactly what we need it to do. So now we can go ahead and stick this down, paper this, and we're good to roll. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull this off first. And I'm going to line it up. So excuse me if you guys don't see all of this here. But we've got our side guide here, so that's helpful. But you also want to make sure that you've got your nice black edge over where the pocket's at. You guys can't see it just this second, so. Oh, for Pete's sake. Did you guys see my hands jump? They scared the tar out of me. So this is what I'm talking about. You've got your nice black edge there. And it's butted up right against here. Oh, you guys are so grounded from this room right now. We had this talk, little girl. Can't bark while I'm broadcasting. I created this, she follows me around everywhere I go. She's my little fur baby stalker. And so I created a little bench for her. So it's flush with the window ledge. So now she can just lay right, she's like a cat. She can lay right at the window ledge and look out and admire, except for she doesn't admire. When it comes to me and anybody outside or anybody making noise, I think she's just like uber protective of me. She's not like mean to people. You come into our house and she'll like lick you to death. Matter of fact, we have a rule. You cannot make eye contact with her. She does that happy pee, that excited pee. And there's actually, for the longest time until our friends and family caught on, there was actually a sign on the door that said, "Do not look or pet the dogs." Okay. So this is now down, and you're going to, of course, go ahead and burnish. Okay. And then we'll need to map this side so our sticky doesn't cause a problem. And then we can mat the front. Okay. So however you want to mat the inside is completely up to you. Tailor this to what your needs are, what you're using. If you're not using 8x10s, then heck, let's throw a couple 4x6 on that sucker. So I'm going to do just that, and I'm just going to do 2 simple cream mats that'll be 5x7. I have a ton of 5x7. So I'm going to do 2 simple cream 5x7 mats right here. Okay? That's all they're going to be. And you can make a pocket out of them, which we might do. Might as well do that. Or at least we'll have the option. So we'll make a pocket out of them, and you'll have the option. Okay? Oh, come on. You stinker. So I have to make sure that I do, obviously, cover up one of these 5x7s with that magnet thing. We're going to be making a pocket out of it, so I'm just going to put some cardstock over this magnet before I put my mat down. Okay, let me get my trimmer. So I want cream 5x7 vertical. So here's my height, or horizontal, I'm sorry. And actually you want 5 1/8 by 7 1/8. What am I not thinking? To get a nice cream mat around your photo. So 7 1/8 wide, 7 1/8 wide, and 5 1/8 tall will give you a nice mat around your. So they'll fit on there, just like so. Okay, and we can have cute tags sticking out the side. All right. That's one way to do it, and I think that that's the way I'm going to do it for this one. But I'll keep using because it's right here. It's a magnet. It's right there. So you have your 5x7, and it's perfectly. It's got a nice border, cream border around the edge of it. And if you have two of them on the page, it'll just look nice and crisp and stunning. That's my husband in 07, before all the turds hit the fan. So if you want to do tags coming out these pockets, you need to make sure that when you put them on, they're coming out to your right side. Because when you close this, obviously, your spine's here at your left. So yeah, the magnets, no problem. Easy peasy. Here's a couple sheets. The magnets will be just fine. And there's like super strong magnets if you're going to get all crazy with the weight and stuff. And see, it's magnetic. It's not coming up unless you really pull. I mean, you don't have to really pull. You're not going to bust your arm muscles pulling it up. But it'll be just fine. Perfect, perfect. All you're really looking to do is hold this flap down. So when you're flipping through things, it doesn't get bent. And it doesn't flip up and fold in half. And that's the reason the magnet's there. It's not there for any other reason. Okay? Alright, now that I removed that scrap. So 5 1/8 tall will be your height cut, and 7 1/8 will be your width cut. And again, it'd be nice to create the tags. If anything, use them for a journaling spot of some sort for behind your photos. So let's go ahead and we're going to glue these ones down. Then I'm going to cover this magnet with some scrap paper. And it's going to be fine. It's not going to really impede my tag sliding in. I'll make sure. Because naturally there was the big, huge honkin' mat here. Well, obviously that's not happening. So I'm going to have to make sure that my 5x7s there and there. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be ordering some of the Scrap It Abadoo magnets. I got a screaming deal on these basic gray ones, and I got a ton of them. And I've had them forever. And I finally started using magnets on this one, and on this project, actually. And so I want to use those first. And then, of course, I'll order from the greatest place on earth. It's like Disneyland. Disneyland. Disneyland for scrapbookers. Okay. So, just be aware that that's there. If you're doing these, you're going to have to cover up that. And so, you might have an issue sliding your tag in your pocket, or you could just not make it a tag pocket. It's completely up to you. But where I'm changing it up a little bit from the original. So if you want to stick to the original, it's pretty simple. All you're going to be doing is matting with some of the paper. You can use the design paper, the cardstock paper, cut it 1/8 of an inch less than the width and the height, and punch your corners, and bingo bango, you're done. Okay? It's completely up to you. So mine will have issues with that, but it's alright. Okay. So you're going to do top side, left side, and bottom side. Where's my perfect trim ruler? And we're going to have plenty. Next Sunday, we will be finishing it up. And we'll have plenty of time. All we have to do is cover the inside. We're going to create our hinges out of the, what's it called? Give me a second, people. It's the half text. Oh, geez. I was halfway to it and I remembered the name. And then we'll be putting the pages in and putting on some embellishments. So we might get to the additional folders next week. We'll see how far we run because we still have to do the back of this folder before we're off today. We are getting this folder completely done. Not the embellishment, but embellishment's going to be pretty easy. And I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay. So let's see. This one's not as wide as it needs to be. And you could punch a hole here on the side if you wanted. Yeah. You just have to lift up a little bit. For the most part, it slides in pretty well. So when you go in initially, you kind of hit it. But just lift up on the corner a little, and there you go. Not a problemo. So let's put this bottom one down, and we'll do a pocket with this one as well. It'll be cute, because then you'll have tabs sticking out from the side, and who doesn't love a good tab? I know I sure do. Hi, Picture. Hi, Blissful. Anybody I missed? Hello, welcome, welcome. I didn't do roll call this morning, or when we started roll call. I have to do it at the end. I always have a good craft day when I welcome everybody. It always makes me feel happy, so that's what I do. I haven't played the happy song in like, what, 2 months now? I'll play it at the end when we're not. Or, no, my phone's not in here. Dang it. Or my tablet. So I'm just going to go and eyeball this as well. I know, I'm getting so brave. Quarter from top and bottom, and just about a quarter from the sides, really. Maybe a little bit more than a quarter, but before I burnish it down. Jeez, I can eyeball sideways like a beast. Can I do it looking at it straight on? No. Okay, so now we have the opportunity for 2 additional tags and maybe a chipboard embellishment popped up right between them. So you could still slide the pictures under and over. We'll go over that next week with the decoration. So let's get our, and see, it holds just fine. Oh, you guys can't see underneath, but it's a nice, easy magnet for this. So let's get our cover on. And let's go ahead and do, I swear to goodness, there's not a frog in my throat. What was our underside paper? Okay. And we've also got 2 5x7 photo mats on the underside here as well. And those will also have, those are also pocketed as well. So here's our over page. Let's put, oh yes. I love this one. This is the last one, so let me think. Let's do this one. I like the writing with the tickets. There we go. We'll do that one. And you are going to need to cut the width of this to, oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, there it is. Seven 3/4 wide by 11.5 tall. Oh, do I have the height? Oh yeah, I've got height. 7 3/4 wide. Patty. Because I'm happy it's over. Oh, she plays that one as her last song because she's happy her run's over. I get it now. I was having a hard time. Such stressful cuts. I have like sound effects when I make like cuts and stuff. It's like they're strenuous. I just realized this. Holy krishmoly. Okay, and again, you're going to have to cut the bottom corners, obviously, because we decoratively cut them on the black. You can see right here. Ah, see, magnet wouldn't release. Okay, so here's our punch board. So here's the bottom. So let's just go ahead and turn it upside down. Punch left and right. There, flip, and there. Okay, so that should give you perfect lineup with a nice black border around this page. And of course, if you're inking, you might want to ink your stuff. And voila. And I am inking. Hi, Shutterbug. Welcome, welcome. We're almost done with this one, and all we have to do is the back one. And the back one's actually not hard. Actually pretty easy to do. None of these are hard to do. Alright, let's put some tape on it and then we'll adhere it down. And then we can make the mats. Man, I feel like the Sahara Desert in here is so hot. I've got my fan on, I've got my AC on. But the AC is in the other part of the house. God, Panda. I need a fan in between the kitchen and living room, or the living room and my room. This is off the living room, kind of, to blow air in here. It's hot. And of course, it doesn't help. I mean, you guys already know I've got my studio lights on and stuff. I need to do an updated room tour. My room's changed too. You guys actually haven't seen my last move. I change my room like every month. I move furniture around. Should do a YouTube though. This is how it's going to stay for quite a while. I've got all my bookshelves are out along our. We had just had this white wall that has, you know, like a 15-foot peak at the top of it or something. I don't know how tall it really is, but anyways, we had this big old long wall, so all the bookshelves, except for one, that I bought brand new and put together. It's just one of those, you know, Walmart ones. We don't have stores up here at all. And I just slapped it together. I don't know. I've made probably like 10 or 15 of those because they fall apart really easy. They're pretty cheap. But I don't know what happened in the construction process, but it's kind of sketchy. You walk by it and it's like, it creaks at you. Like, am I going to fall over? I can just picture myself yelling at my bookshelf. Well, I have yelled at my bookshelf, so. I remember saying, no, you don't. So let's go ahead and take the tape off. I'm going to line it up. Whoop. I take the tape off one end, line it up. That way I get nice alignment. Because I'm using score tape. Score tape is the poo, but it is also the poo to get off when you misstick something. So I always put top and bottom first because then I can just stick one end. And now it's already where it needs to be, and then I can go back through and pull tape off. I am getting better at eyeballing though. Come on, Martha. Oh, for Pete's sake. If it's going to take this long to pull it off. Okay, and so you can, you have a couple options with this page. You can, you can create the couple of mats. There are 4x6 mats that are, 4x6, yeah. There's one vertical and one horizontal with tags, or you could do a nice couple 5x7s, and this could just be like the 5x7 section. I don't know. It's completely up to you. You can do an 8x10, and you would just have to cut down the 1/8 width. The height is fine. Okay. So it's nice and matted. There we go. Sophie, are you corrupting people with score tape? Oh, I see Gina. Gina, who are you on here so I know? Are you Stormy? I think she's Stormy on here. So everyone, welcome Stormy. Stormy and we'll use Ustream names here so we don't get people confused. Primarily myself. Stormy and Midnight Scrapper are gonna tag team this album and make one together. Well, they're each, I think they're making their own, but they're going to do them together. So you can put your tags here, or you can just do the big mat. Those were the options. Your tag would stick out this side, like so, okay? And down here also, there was 2 5x7s original. So I took black cardstock, matted it with patterned 2 5x7s. And then there's tags coming outside of those as well. Okay. And then we can do whatever you want to here. So I'm going to make those 2 5x7 black mats real quick after I have a drink. I'm so thirsty. Okay. So welcome to Gina, who is Stormy. Is it Stormy 1010? I'm going to have to write this down. I had a book with everybody's like real names, and I can't find that thing for the life of me. So the black mat's going to be 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. And our pattern paper mat will be 5 1/8 by 7 1/8. And again, I don't mind putting tons of cardstock on here and making it nice, all thick and heavy. It's all right by me. It's the way I prefer it. So it's the way I'm going to do it. If you don't like to use that much cardstock, then don't. You can thin it out and just do one mat instead of two. I like the look of the two. It makes it look clean and sharp. So that's what I do. And I'm going to find some scrap paper here. I'm just so into this floral. I don't think that one's going to be tall enough. No. This one will be though. This one was a mess up. I'm going to use this one. Oh wait. It actually goes this way. That one won't work. Will this one work? Oh no, I have that one. You know what? We'll use this one. And we'll use this one. Use up some of them there scraps. And I know it's black on black, but it really does make it just stand out to me. So I like the two too. It gives it that thick, rich feel. It doesn't feel flimsy and like it's gonna flop somewhere. You know, so it's a little heavier, maybe a little thicker. You guys know me, I like chunky. Like, hello. For all of those that were there for the chunky mini album that we did, that was too chunky for some people, and we had to figure out a different alternate binding, which actually ended up working out swimmingly. So 5 1/4 or 7 1/4 wide by 5 1/4 tall will be your mat measurement for the top of these ones. The black cardstock is 7 okay, let's start over. 7 1/4 wide, 5 1/4 tall. The pattern paper measurement is 7 1/8 wide and 5 1/8 tall to mat for a perfect 5 by 7. Okay, and you're going to ink these as well. Now you could do the 5 by 7s here, or you can do the 4 by 6s as initially planned on the original. I kind of like the 5 by 7s there, to be completely honest. You can give them tags, just like this one. So this was the original, and you can see these are 4 by 6. There's a tag spot coming out that side, and then a tag spot here, and it flips up, and you had the big, just mat. And then this is, you also had 5 by 7s here. Okay. Ash, show your Timmy ruler. My Timmy ruler? My Timmy ruler is missing all of its measurements. Here's my Timmy ruler. Why am I showing my Timmy ruler? I haven't seen the Timmy ruler. Oh, MetWife hasn't seen the Timmy ruler. Okay. I've got stuff stuck to it, which actually works out pretty well. I have these, they're score tape goobers. I just cut like a little square and I roll it into these goobers, and I keep them here on my bar. There's a wood bar here on my desk, right here. Okay, I keep them right there because when I'm lining up, for some reason I get like a really shaky hand, and I just take it and I stick the goobers on the back. And it totally holds my ruler where it needs to be. And it's not like tape. It comes right off. So if you have like a slippery ruler like this is, I find it quite slippery for myself. I've got goobers. They also have those gloober things, but those might be too strong. I mean, this is really worked over. So it holds it enough when I line it up to where it doesn't slip. That's a tip. And just buy the Timmy ruler. Make it non-slip yourself. Because they're also removable. Okay, so let's Back on track, people. I'm going to ink the edges of all of this. And this one. I'm going to adhere them down. I'm going to go ahead and use my Inkteachy gun. And I don't mind that there's the two florals. That's like my favorite piece of paper in this collection. One of them. I have like 3. I don't mind that there ties them in. Okay, so now it's lined up where I need it to be, and I can finish taping it down. You can use your score tape or your wet glue. Time for wet glue. Oh, I'm sorry, Lane. Yeah, well, I'm horrible at holding anything straight. I'll be the first to admit it. That's like my downfall. So on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, what date is that? Let's see, today's the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Tuesday the 24th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which I will go in and create that event before everybody leaves. That way you guys can click reminders to that. We will be having our June, can you believe it? June. I'm so glad we stuck with it. Our June Christmas card class. We've got like what? 12 or 13, because one of the months I think we did 3, or maybe 2 of the months we did 3. We have 12 to 14 Christmas cards already made, or at least 13 to 14. So come December, we won't have to make a ton of Christmas cards. So for those that would like to join us, you're more than welcome. All the videos are on YouTube and are viewable there under Christmas card class. And you can go to my blog with all the links to anything scraps, buttons, and bows. Ustream, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. I can't think of what else. Instagram. Glue. I need glue. My scratch chipboard. There we go. Let's go ahead and glue this down. So I need this right side open. So when you're always gluing, even though it's upside down, just hold the right side. That way you can make sure that you don't put glue on that side. That's one way to always do it right. Hold the side that you're not supposed to glue. So wonky. I couldn't do cheese and rice. Okay. So kind of a 1/4 to 3/8 from the top, and definitely a 1/4 of an inch from the side is what I would concentrate on for putting this down. Okay, and if you have any leakage, make sure you wipe that up. I don't want leakage. So it's my opening. Go. I want to give a special shout out to all the ladies that are staying up late to be here with us. You guys are fabulous, including Margaret Ann, and then other moderators, Heather. I don't know if Jenny's on there or even here. And a big shout out to them, and of course Carol and Barry, our information source to anything awesome. Okay, so we've got our 2 5x7s, and like I said, next week we'll go through and put nice chipboard mats. Okay, and then I'm not decided on what I'm going to do. We've got our 5x7s here. We'll have the pockets, and then we've got our big mat here as well to put a photo. And it's magnetized. So now let's work on the back. Let's get this back started. Okay, so for the back, this is what we're doing for the back. Okay. Basically, we're just going to mat the paper, or mat the folder itself. That's what this blue with the letters is. And then we're going to create these two right here, these little cards, essentially, that we've been doing, that have the magnets in them. Or no, those don't have the magnets in them. This has the magnet. This folds open. So it's like a gigantic belly band, all right? So we're going to go ahead and that's how big it is. We're just going to be cutting a paper this width, scoring it, and then cutting the corners just like this and then matting. That's essentially all we're doing. We'll create 2 hinges to hinge the top and bottom down. When we're matting, we'll put the magnets to keep it closed, and then Shazam, we're going to create these. And these don't have magnets in them. I was a big fibber. But these go right in behind, and these stick out right where the red shows, for this paper collection anyways. And you just keep this open. Okay? This is how they hold in. Just like so, and then close it. And the magnet that's right here in the middle holds them closed and in place. So, yay! Alright, so that's what we're doing. Quick rundown. So let's find our paper, and we need a piece of paper that is going to measure. Get my stool out of the way. 9 wide by 11.5 tall. So we are going to have to use a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. This is another one of those instances, ladies, where you'll need the 12 by 12. We've had about 4 of them, aside from the actual covering of the album, which we had to use 12 by 12. So the 12 by 12 and A4 pad is a must. And then however many tags and stuff you're going to make with it. Wait, look, we've used all of these. What do we have left? We've got sticker sheets and tag sheets. We have 2 sheets of our 12 by 12 left. And I think I busted into this 12 by 12 during the, which I'm going to have to use this paper right here, because I want this paper for the tags. Or do I? No, I don't. I'm going to use this one. I busted into it because I messed up on a couple cuts when I was doing the tag memories chest for the design team. I know, shh, don't tell no one. So, just to make sure, 9 wide by 11.5 tall. Is that right? Yeah, 11.5 tall. Our height when matting the folders never changes. Just so you know. I just can't remember it. So let's get our 9 wide and our 11.5 tall. Oh no, Heather. She just spilled tea on her desk. Okay, so we're going to have to punch one of the corners. Oh my gosh, how did I cut that too short? What the? So not paying attention. Oh, well, we would have to use the other one. That's what happened. That's why I ended up using a few sheets of this pad. right there. Totally wasn't paying attention. And then I cut it at 11 tall. So it's 9 wide. I had the width right. Dang nabbit. I love that paper. I'll have to incorporate it in 9 wide, 11.5 tall. I can't believe I did that. So annoying. Alright. This is the paper it was supposed to be anyways. Happens for a reason, people. We've got to punch this top left-hand corner with our envelope punch board. Okay, and ink the edges. And then we can go ahead and adhere this down because our belly band is adhered down with hinges. So we'll put the finishing touches on. We have a few tags that we have to do and the embellishing, but literally that's all we have to do. And it's light embellishing for this. It's not heavy. There's a few chipboard pieces we're going to stick down. Maybe some of the Prima flat flowers. Throw a couple tags in there, and really, the paper speaks for itself on these collections. Okay. So that will all happen next week, as well as making our hinge. We're going to be using that craft text, people. To make our hidden hinge, our bindings. You will need wet glue. You can't use score tape on it. I don't know if you can use any tape. I heard that someone said that you can use tape on it, but I'm not going to risk it. So maybe it was the red tape. I'm not sure. But we'll be using glue. Jess is coming on today, and I'm not sure if she's still here or if she started. I'm not too sure. I usually always run over on Sundays, and especially now that I don't have my Tuesday class, Sundays are my big days. I will always be broadcasting longer, so I'm not sure if she left to go ahead and start because that was the posted time or what the case is, but we've got to get this sucker done and move on to our next project. So in the falls, we'll pick back up on our lovely Tuesdays. So okay, let's go ahead and score this tape down. Burnish. And let's go ahead and put it on. You know, one of the ladies will have that link. Yeah, must love paper. Okay, so that's on. So our next project, we've got a great project coming out, or I do, for Scrap It Up, I do. That's a hint. And we're going to be doing a mini album, a nice, awesome mini. I have the very first mini that I ever did that was not a paper bag mini. That's what I started with, people. Paper bags. And that very first mini I ever did is my absolute most favorite. It is also my absolute most loved mini on YouTube. That thing has got so many stinking views, it's not even funny. It's literally like my second ever video. And I've got 300 and some videos on here. Something like that on YouTube. Anyways, I have had request after request after request. Like, I still to this day get emails since like what, a year and a half later about how do I make this album. So I think that we're going to make that album actually. Obviously we'll do it different paper, but I think that that's what we're going to do, to make that album. Okay, so that's on there. Now you need to grab hold on, where's my ruler? A piece of paper that is 10 inches wide by 11, and actually grab a piece of black 12 by 12 paper. That's what you need to grab. Okay. Black 12 by 12, people. Because we mat it. We can use our scraps for this one. So yay. We are going to cut it to 11 3/8, I believe, tall. Or 11 5/8 tall, I'm sorry. 11 5/8 tall. So there's our height. And our width, just let me double check this. It's going to be 10. 10 inches wide. So 10 wide and 11 5/8 tall. Okay. And then we are going to stick this in our scoreboard. With our 10-inch width at the top. And we are going to score on the 6 or 7. 4 from 10, so on the 6. We're going to score on the 6. Okay. Okay. So this is what you're going to get. Okay. What paper will I use? Can you say what paper line you will use? For the mini album? I don't know. Oh, well, I don't know if you're talking about the Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo project. That paper line, I do know what I'm using. What paper line am I using? I am using the... Okay, for the Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo project that will have a pattern available, I will be using the Echo Park Getaway. It will be in store in a couple days. I mean, there might still be some there. You'll have to ask Barry. For the mini album that we're doing in class, I will let you guys know later this week. Yes, I will let you know later this week. In approximately, let's see, 1, 2, that's Tuesday that comes out. So after Christmas card class. So I'll probably let you know on Tuesday during the Christmas card class what paper line I'm going to be using. Okay? Does that sound like a plan? Okay. So let's go ahead and, this is how this is going to work. We're going to create 2 hinges that are 1 inch wide by 5 7/8 inch tall. So let's go ahead and do that while we're here. An inch wide. Score it down the half. And we need 2 that are 5 7/8 of an inch. So you'll be scoring each of these down the half. Okay, that's not as long as it needs to be. Please be an inch. That is ironically an inch. So 5 7/8. Love scrap paper. Okay. Put it in there right at the half mark. Score. Score. And on both outside flaps, you're going to put score tape. Okay. Okay. Sit down now. My back's starting to hurt. So I'm going to use my 3/8 of an inch. Use that stuff up. Use your wet glue if you like. It's up to you. Okay. That roll's done. Opening my last on-hand 3/8 of an inch. I love this stuff. I'm so glad that you guys got this, Barry. I'm glad that you talked to them and got it going. It's so awesome of you. Now I hope that We Are Memory Keepers takes you up on the Stamping Up punch. Barry does so much work for us, and so does Carol. I just love them. Yeah, they know Jess is streaming right now. Eileen, you got it covered. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the hinges here on the top and on the bottom, just like so. And then we'll go ahead and do it like that. You don't need to paper this side that we're putting these hinges on because nobody's going to see it. So I shouldn't have pulled that off. Okay, so what we're going to do is to find the paper to go on the front side here, inside here, and this front side here. We're going to put our magnets on, and then we're going to stick this down, okay, to the paper. Okay, so let's go ahead. What's up, Stormy? What kind of craft knife do you use? I use the Martha Stewart. It's the Martha. I love this. I used one of those metal ones forever, and I would get these, and I still kind of have them. I've been ruined. I use a lot of chipboard, but I have these like divots. It's like a callus there from holding that metal one and like cutting. Like it hurt my hand so bad. So I got the Martha, and it's a lot more comfortable. If you're looking for comfort, something that cuts really easy, definitely go with the Martha. I have tried a gazillion different metal ones, you know, thinking, oh, you know, I'm going to get this one. Yeah, it's just a couple bucks. Well, yeah. All of the ones that I bought were just a couple bucks, and I could have just bought the Martha. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to use this one for the inside. And I will use oh, that one's pretty. I'm going to use this one. Oh, yeah, this one. No. That's too much the same. And that's not, though. Go ahead and use that one. And then that one. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So you're going to need to cut 2 pieces. And one piece is going to be this width and height. So it's going to be 6 wide by, actually it'll be 5 7/8 wide by 11 and a half tall. So let me just double check this. Yes, 5 7/8 wide by 11 and a half tall. So let's go ahead and cut that. Yeah, I actually, what were we making? I think it was the tower. Honestly, I think it was the tower that drove me over the edge and right into Martha's arms. I'm telling you. I literally drove an hour and a half one way just to go to the store and buy a Martha. My hand was hurting so bad from my metal one that I couldn't stand it anymore. So this little flap here, the second flap, the littler one, you'll need 2 of the same size. And those need to be 3 7/8 inch wide. Oops. By 11 and a half tall. So let's go ahead and cut this one. Okay. And then 11 and a half tall. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have sneak peeks of the Christmas cards up on Facebook. Yay! And I'm not a card maker. All of my inspiration comes from Pinterest, and I have a board on Pinterest that I misspelled, but it should say Christmas cards. And that's where I'm pulling inspiration from. So I want people to actually like get the credit for the stuff that they do. So you'll always be able to reference that from where I got it. I'll let you know if it's one I made up my own or if it's one that someone sent. You know, Susan has sent one that we have made. Margaret Ann and both Anna sent me Christmas cards for last year. We made theirs because they were just beautiful, and so was Susan's. Karen has sent in a couple, but she's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and she is like the most talented card person I've ever met in my life. She rocks it when it comes to cards. And so until I get some of the things that I need to make those cards, we will be doing them, and I'll be able to give you guys, you know, a heads up for parts and pieces. Okay, one more and then we can put these down. But we have to do our magnets. This is our last set of magnets. Now, let's grab our magnet real quick. Need one more set. And again, I'm using the basic gray ones, but Scrap It I Would Do has got some in store. And we'll make the card part of this next week. So we'll have tons of time next week to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put, I'm just going to eyeball it, or I'll kind of eyeball it. One, two, three, four, 5.5, and about 3/4 of an inch in. That's where I'll put my first magnet. Uh-oh, Stormy's having trouble. Try refreshing. Yeah, we're almost done, people, for today. Alright, so I just put tape on them, just so I can line them up and stick them down. Okay, press, press, press. And now they're at least evenly lined up, and then we'll be able to put our paper over them. Welcome back, Stormy. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one will go here. Super cute. Alright, let's get some paper tape on these. Just have a few minutes left. So are there any questions on anything that you guys saw in class today that you need answered? There was something I was going to go over at the end of class, and I don't remember what it was. It was important. We've got a construction project coming up when you guys are ready for another construction project. But our next project will be a mini. So Tuesday, Christmas card class. Next Sunday will be the final class for the BHA. And then the following Sunday after that, we'll be starting a mini. And then somewhere in between there, we'll be back on Ustream as well. And you guys will know. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Put that one there. That's what we'll do. I'll put that one there. And this one technically doesn't need the score tape. It's not going to be, you'll have some embellishment on, but it's not like weight bearing as far as holding down other things. That's okay. Hey, Jeanette. Yeah, perfect trim ruler. And I would have to say, let's see, five tools that I think I couldn't live without are my perfect trim ruler, my Martha Stewart craft knife. I love my Timmy scissors. I love my Timmy ruler too, but mini ruler's great. So I don't know if that would be in my top 5. Let's see. What else? What else? My score tape, of course, because I have a problem. And my Teflon tools, that's for sure. There's a lot of tools, but those are some of my must-haves. And I didn't realize I needed them until after I, something would happen with whatever generic tool I was using. And honestly, I'm not all about, buy brand name, but when it comes to tools, period, buy brand name. They will last you longer. They work a lot better. And that's all I got to say about that. But definitely score tape or miracle tape by far. Redline tape is great, but you don't get as much for the same price as you would pay for score tape, and it does the same thing. So definitely score tape or miracle tape. And I created a bump in here with my score tape thing, but that's okay. No one's going to know, except for you guys. Okay, one more, and then we'll adhere it on and we'll do the folders next weekend, next Sunday. They're the little flip cards, but I'll show you how they work because I have got 2 from the other one made. So I should have put this one on front, but that's all right. there. Okay, so this is part 8 of the BHA. There is one part that is mislabeled, so you got 2 part 2s. And it looks like we're missing part 5, which is actually, I have to go back and relabel all the videos, essentially. They are all there. Just go in order of the count. The 2s are actually labeled like 2A and 2B or something. Part 2, 1, or I forget how it was labeled. They are all there, so no worries. Okay, so that goes there. Let's go ahead and pull off our score tape. Yeah, Heather definitely needs those sewing thimbles. The rubber ones, or silicone, or... Okay. So you can eyeball it, measure it, so you have a pretty good... You're going top to bottom here. And your magnetic flappy folds out to the right. You want to get it straight, obviously. Okay. Just like that. Okay? So you've created your belly band. It looks really nice, actually, the way it's stacked. And I'm just going to grab the tags from the other one just so you can see. So this was from the original. And they go on just like so. Okay, and they peek out that side. And so we'll be doing these next Sunday. And then that magnet holds it all in there. And that's the back page, but with different floppy things. So, are there any questions? You guys can always message me on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. We've got all 3 built, and then we'll do the rest of it next Sunday. We'll have a long class next Sunday, too. I was thinking it was going to be shorter, but it's not. So, long class next Sunday. We will definitely be going into about 3:30, maybe even 4. So, I'm going to stop the recording. Thanks for watching. This is part 8. Go to part 9. Oh, I hope this is part 8. They're all misnumbered. Just go to the next one in the count.